What is going on, Commanders? Chisgule here, and today we're going to give you 5 crucial tips to start getting more wins right now in World War Doh. Hello, my friends, and welcome back. These tips are going to help you win more matches. So if you like to win in World War Doh, then you should like and subscribe, because we're going to get you tips constantly to slay your enemies in this game. P.S. If you haven't downloaded this game yet, link is in the description. That's a great way to get it. That'll give us a little bit of credit for referring you, which we will really... Tip number 1 is at the start of the match. Now, it may feel cool in the beginning of the match to go like boom, boom, and throw a bunch of big threats onto the field. For instance, you could drop, I don't know, a big old Rex egg down, or play a bunch of bees, and, you know, maybe play Chop Chop. That might feel cool, but it's not very effective, because defense is very, very good. Defense is good because you can counter what the enemy is doing, and you can get an extremely positive trade. If you play the right card to defend against what the enemy is doing, and you happen to have that in your hand, in your deck, then you end up with your defensive play at full health, and their card is dead. This is called a Doh advantage, or a mana advantage, and that is how you should start your fight in World War Doh. Now, there's some advanced tips to this. For instance, you can delay the time until you're going to be sort of like full Doh and kind of have to do something. For instance, you could play a Barrel of Doh, which is a very good starting play. We'll talk about that in a second and why that's the case. But it is often better to sit there and let your Doh be full if their Doh is also full, and just wait for them to make the first play. That patience can pay off in spades. Now, the second tip is that Doh advantages are very, very helpful in beating over-leveled opponents, or if you prefer, over-leveled noobs, depending on how tough they are, right? There are a couple ways that you can go about getting that advantage. One is cards that just give you Doh. This Barrel of Doh is going to drop down. It's going to cost you 4 Doh, but it's got 5 or 6 Doh saved up in it. And you don't have to consume the whole barrel right away. You can save some of it for when you need it. Just be careful. If you already have a Barrel of Doh down and you try to play the card again, it's going to destroy your old one, and that is not value. The other card that can give you a really big Doh advantage over time is this epic over here, the Greevil. This is a really phenomenal card for getting a Doh advantage over time and helping you against opponents that are potentially over-leveled. The downside of the Greevil against a over-leveled opponent is that the Greevil is pretty weak. The opponent may just like march themselves right up into your base and blow them up. So just be careful. This costs you 5 Doh, and there are a lot of counters to it. There's more upside potential with the Greevil, but they are more vulnerable, whereas the Barrel of Doh is pretty consistent and effective. The third tip that will change the game for you is to not play more cards than you need to. If you've already countered the enemy's threats, don't play down more cards on top of it just because you have the Doh for it. When you deploy a card, you should do so very strategically because it furthers an objective on the battlefield. Now, if you need to counter something, you want to do the least you need to do to counter what the enemy is doing, and then carry on with your life and use that Doh somewhere else. Because again, defense is very powerful. So if you overinvest in defending, your enemy can then just counter all of it very easily. And we'll show you some matchups where we do that. The next tip is to know what your deck is trying to do and amplify that. Go all in on whatever it is your deck is trying to accomplish. When I talk about going all in on whatever your deck is trying to do, I'll give you some examples. This deck is just all in on good stuff. I'm going to counter literally just about everything you do, and eventually I'm going to play a tank arena and roll over your base. Or I'm going to use the copter defensively and roll over your base. This deck, which we'll show you, goes all in on the Valkyrie, goes all in on, what's his name? Sheriff Justice, what an awesome name. And I even throw in this clown car for laughs because it gets out of hand. This is maybe just more for show than for really going all in on the plan, but gosh darn it, we're trying to have some fun too, all right? This deck is nuts. All right, and the last tip we're going to give you for getting more wins right away is to count the Doh that your enemy has been using. If your enemy plays a really big card that's very expensive, and look, you may not know the costs right now, you'll memorize this over time, it'll come to you. If your opponent plays a really big card like this guy over here, the Yeti, or this over here is a perfect example, Miss Rex. If you see Miss Rex hit the board, that card costs 9 dough. You know how much dough they have left? 1 or 0. Don't have to do that much math to figure that one out. And that's a really good time to go all in, punish your enemy, really push them for having spent all their dough. You can only do that if you keep track. And that's a part of the reason that I enjoy this card, the clown card, this legendary card. It forces me to get very good at tracking their dough, because if they have a lot of dough, they'll counter it. So let me put all 5 of these tips at play, showing you the most outrageous, insane deck I have seen yet in this game. Those tips are: leak dough at the start if you have to in order to counter what the enemy is doing. Use cards that give you a dough advantage. That will give you edge over time. That is especially helpful against higher level players. Don't play more cards than you need to counter what they're doing. Know what your deck is trying to do and amplify that and count dough. Let's get right into some matchups, baby. Let me show you this insane deck because we've been having a blast playing this. It is just bananas. All right, here we go. Happy Chris in Los Pros, rocking those moves. Here we go, baby. Here we go. The matchup, level 7. We're going to drop down a barrel of dough. This is a way of delaying the time in which I need to respond to what they're doing. So I don't have to actually play any cards. They played a barrel of dough too. Very smart. Very smart. Now, I've got a dough advantage. I got to play something to keep using this barrel of dough. Okay. So this card, we just snipe it, counter it really easily. He's possibly playing a deck that goes all in on my commander. I guess that because that card he played is very, very good for doing that. We are going to have a lot of dough in a moment, and we ought to play something. I'm going to play Beatrix down and keep the pressure up on him. I think this guy might just be in trouble. We're going to pull him back to our side of the line. Oh, yeah. Keeping the pressure up. I mean, geez. We'll rock a defensive airstrike here. Do a lot of work. Pump in the damage. I don't even need to chase this guy down. I don't know why I did that. See, I kind of wasted that ability, but maybe we'll get this dough for free. No. All right. All right, we're going to drop in the clown car. And we... going to snipe that out of the sky. If he doesn't kill this clown car, this game is literally over. This is good game. Good game. Well played. Nice knowing ya. G. Boom, boom. Oh, baby. Woo-hoo. There it is. We got to show some of what we were doing. We need to get a higher level opponent to show more of what I want to do. But at the start of this, we used our barrel of dough, okay, as a way of extending the time we have to make a kind of decision here about where we want to deploy troops, because they could get countered. The barrel, though, you can't counter. It just goes down. I guess you could prevent me from harvesting it, but let's definitely get this epic chest, by the way. We'll claim that by clearing out one of these gray ones. We get Mad Scientist. I was so hot on Mad Scientist at the start of the game. Now I'm pretty lukewarm. All right, here we go. Nice. Snipe I do need. I love Snipe. I get so much value from Snipe. It's ridiculous. There we go. Start the unlock over here. Do another battle. All right, let's get into our next matchup. This player, Olly, what level are they? What do we got here? Level 8. Super doable. Now, at the start of the match, let's see where he goes. All right, we'll drop this barrel of dough. We'll drop the barrel of dough, and we can kill his turret and him if he goes for that, and he will. Of course he will. So, it didn't kill the Catling. All right, well, it's one hit, which is fine. We'll get down our beehive. That he played too aggressively. We'll knock that out. We'll make a mental note of what he's got there. Interesting that he placed another turret right where I can deal with it. We'll drop down our cowboy over here. knowing that we'll have to deal with this. What killed him? I honestly don't know what killed him. Okay, well that's interesting. Clown car's in. We'll see how this goes. Oh, baby. This guy's about to get clown card. Give the clown car some cover. I mean, this game's over. Here we go. Oh, they're charging. Yes. Boom. Oh my gosh. Let's deal with this plant. I mean, game over. I don't even know what I'm showing you in this battle. This was just ridiculous. This was just straight ridiculous. Clown car. We're all in on the plan. Does this teach anything? All right, here is another matchup. Oski 82 ARG. So, ARG. The reason that you want to wait at the start is that countering things is generally better. So, they're a level 6. Wow. If they win, I'm the overleveled noob. So, I'm going to play the Barrel of Dough because that's not actually a unit they can counter. And you can see here, they played a unit that I will counter very easily. That No Riot Pete, he cost him 5 dough, and it's going to cost me 0. Well, it's going to cost me 5, but then I'm going to have a full unit afterwards. So, like, see? I have the full unit of effectiveness. I can even kind of pull him out of position now and keep him under pressure from my bees. There we go. We'll focus a little bit on his bees. A little bit on just pressuring him. Geez, I mean, this player is really aggressive. They are going to be in trouble. They are going to be in big trouble if they are not a good bit more careful here. Get the dough strike in. Yeah, that's game. That's interesting. The little dome, huh? All right. The dome was a pretty legit play. Not going to lie. It lets him survive a little longer, but not that much longer. Take this back into our towers. Drop down more dough. And we have... Can I just snipe him? No. Not enough. Not quite enough. All right, well, we'll do the beehive. Same plan, right? Like, countering things is generally better. So we counter what he did, and now we got a full beehive. And look at those piranhas. We just counter the heck out of that. That's not going to be a problem. I can even play my clown car now. I'm all in. He can't do anything. Comes out here, he's dead. Yeah, this is about to get really out of hand. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Help out that clown car. All right. GG. I probably could just kill him with the airstrike, but this is going to be way more spectacular. Okay. So, try not to overcommit your cards. Try to get a dough advantage. Wait at the start to counter what they're doing. I mean, like, was I beatable by that player? Maybe. But certainly not when they are throwing away 5 dough at a time with the No Riot Pete's battling into me when I'm just going to friggin' put up a beehive, right? That's why I like beehive so much, too. It's so good at countering things. Ooh, look at this. Supercell. Supercell, eh? All right, here we go. Level 8. This should be a fair matchup here. Should be an even matchup. I am going to wait to do anything so that I can counter their threat. So we're just going to wait, even if that means dough is wasted, okay? So now we're just waiting. What are they going to do? They played a Catling. All right, now I'm going to start to play stuff. We can snipe his heal bot. Just get that out of the way. We can power out some dough and give ourselves another barrel of dough to work with. And because we're countering things, boom, we nearly kill the Catling gun and we kill his helicopter in one go. And we drop the beehive to keep the pressure up over here. Now he is going to kill the beehive, which I'm okay with. But we're going to have our No Riot Pete, not No Riot Pete, I guess that's the cowboy dude, really like pressure this guy's physical position. Also, he's got a sniper. We'll snipe that out real quick. I guess that's technically Van Gun is his name. And we're going to keep the pressure up on this guy. He's got to back up. He can't use any of his abilities now. He's probably low on dough, which means we can clown car him. And the game, oh yeah, he just used 7 dough. He can't do anything about this clown car. He has literally got nothing. This is going to get really interesting. This is going to get really interesting. Let me just kill this lane. Okay, mostly kill the lane. And he's dead. And he's pretty much dead. Lol. Lol. All right, what did we do? We countered what they're doing at the start. Catling Gun is, by the way, another good way to sort of delay making a big dough investment in a unit that can get countered. So I liked the Catling Gun play, but we still were able to counter a lot of what he was doing because defense was better, get the overwhelming dough advantage, and then go all in. All right. All in on that plan. Clown car plan. One more. Can we get one more good one? Okay, here we go. Yes. Okay, this guy we played a bunch of matches against yesterday. Some of the best matches we've had in World War Doh. This is going to be a lot of fun. Here we go. We are going to play the barrel of dough because we're not committing a unit to the board that can be countered. That way we can start to collect some dough. This player knows exactly what we're up to. They have been clown card. They know the truth here. They know what this deck is going to do, so this could be a lot of fun. I'm going to play another card that's kind of in the back line, so they can't exactly hard counter it. There is the Rex Queen, Miss Rex. We're going to airstrike to deal with the egg. We are going to need to deal with her, though, and I don't have a great way to do that right now. We're going to do some big damage here, apply a lot of pressure, and we need to run up to deal with her in the back line. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do this. Okay, we'll kill him. Keep the pressure up. This is going to be a tough matchup. It's going to be hard for me to narrate it at the same time. We're going to try to pull him out of position. Keep up the pressure. Okay, good. Pressure is high. We're going to get these bees in. Proactively heal up ourselves and keep the pressure on him. Nice. This is looking good so far. We can deal with most of his board here. Almost enough to kill this. I think I bomb it. I bomb his backline to deal with it. It's worth taking a little bit of damage. Okay, we'll back out to have dealt with that. Healbot, we deal with it. He is pretty low here. We've got more dough that we can claim, so we should go do that. Okay, he's healed back up. Reasonable. Reasonable. Is he going to go all in on the damage boost? Interesting choice. We're going to pull him into the middle. He's Dunsky. Oh, yeah. That is going to be trouble for him. And now we're going to charge him in the back line. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Good game. Good game. So what happened there? What happened there? Couple things that are noteworthy. We tried not to go to him with our dough at the start. We were able to play things they couldn't counter in the beginning. So you either let your dough fill up or play something that can't be countered. We were all in on our plan. We actually... Did we even clown car? I don't even think we needed to. We didn't have a moment, so we didn't use it, right? Like, we played the cards in a way that would get value. We played defensively, right? So, like, he kept charging in with a swarm of piranhas, and we just pop our damage buff, kill them all. And we played defensively with our cowboy, roping him into dangerous positions. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. We illustrated some of these tips, but you, too, will benefit. Again, to review them. Play cards at the start, even if you have to leak dough, to counter what they're doing, or play things that can't be countered. Use cards that you need to get the job done, but don't play more cards than you need to. Use cards that give you dough advantage. I went out of order. It's fine. Know what your deck is trying to do, amplify it, and count their dough. When they played Miss Rex, we knew 1 or 0 dough, we could hit them hard. All right, my friends, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me as a content creator because more World War Doh stuff is coming. You're not going to want to miss it. Until next time, you have fun getting sweet wins.